Hi everybody, welcome to day 4. Can you believe it? We're already on day 4 of our octave eying. You guys, this work has been mind-blowing to me. Plus, like, oh my god, like earlier this morning, I'm going to tell you again, I did a live earlier, so you might have already heard this if you joined that, but I did a guided meditation just to help my frequency, and she had us go into our subconscious mind, into the past, and it triggered me beyond belief. And then I also realized like how drained in the energy I am, and how irritated in the energy I am. Like, truly need to fill my well. So can't go to the past. No, no. I'm extremely, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Because, I was attacked before the healing yesterday. I'm extremely tired, lots of drained, a lot of people um, pull on energy rather than help to balance it out and things. And so I feel extremely depleted. There we go. Very depleted. Very depleted. So I'm taking some time to undeplete. I have banned TV from our home for like 2 months for me and the kids. Like, no TV. And my son's like, why do I have to suffer? And I'm like, dude, you're not suffering. So it's like been banned, like no TV, no distractions, total inward. And I can feel when the energy is not right. Like, I'm extremely raw right now. So I had a hard time going into the live for a little while. So it was quite interesting, though. I've never had an experience quite like that. Spirits told me before I have to let go of the past. And this guided meditation wanted me to go back to where I actually felt my best. And when I did that, it was not a good place to be because it had to do with the past. And then that threw me for a loop. And I was not well for a little while. And I had to push past that. So we have to be very careful with the past because we've shifted in time, and the past is no longer truly in existence in a very large way. So we have to be very mindful to not go into the past. We have to leave the past behind as we go through these ascension frequencies. Very big information there, and even talking about it, like, I can feel my heart clogging. So I don't fully know what's coming up for today. I just did the live and I wanted to head right on into this one. I've got a lot of work to do today, so I'm like, let's just keep going. All right. So I'm going to pull a message for today. I'm hearing not that deck. I'm being drawn to this one. My decks is what I'm being drawn to, which makes sense because this is my work. This work is not just me tapping into the world and bringing it through. It is the work that I have done, and that is true. So they're relating that, I guess you could say, reminding me of that it was actually my work. Those pyramid activations I did, the sun and the moon, I did that too. So really, truly, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the work that I did. And I feel like I needed a reminder of that, because there's just so much energy pulling against me and my well is empty right now. And I told Spirit this morning, like, I really don't know, like, just that stuff. And I was like, nope, call my power back. Call my power back. So, yeah, I need to protect my energy even more. For sure. And refill my well. For sure. Just so depleted and I feel so tired. And I'm working hard, balancing, balance is the only way to prosperity in the new earth. Balance from the heart center is a must. So I've been focusing on that and still feel like, So my energy is depleted for sure. So y'all might be feeling that too. I don't know what you're feeling through these healings. I've been going through a lot, but also more work than just this. So it's kind of hard to separate. But just be mindful. Self-care. You need to be grounding, they're saying, and talking to spirit. Communication with spirit. Okay? You need to be following those heart nudges. And if you can't hear the heart nudges, get to where you can. Okay? That's what I teach in my courses. Okay. Yep. Okay. So here we have the first one that came out was lay of the land. Okay, layout of the land changes only when doors that are opened in front of us are used. So if something is presented to you and you're like, well, I don't have time, I don't have money, and you don't use that piece of the puzzle wasn't implemented, and the ascension, like, you don't rise in frequency, right? So it's kind of the same way of saying this is the lay of the land. Layout of the land changes only when open doors are used. Like the ascension happens through you, not to you. Through the work that you do, through the healing and the alignment and listening to those nudges and utilizing the opportunities that rise. And those opportunities might be subtle, but they're there, right? Or it might be loud and it sparks your shadow, in which case, jump in. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, because when we're soul path aligned, it's number one, a part of healing. It's a part of clearing our karma to make those choices past fear. But if we are truly open and we're not blocking anything, everything we need will always appear. So we have to trust and we have to use those opportunities as they rise. That's a very important thing. The ascension is not going to just happen to people. If they're not doing the work, if they're not choosing to choose love over judgment, love over fear, healing their karma, healing their path, choosing a soul path, they're not rising. And there's, for some reason, a lot of people that fall into that illusion that think, hey, I can see something's happening, so I'm good. And truly, they have a lot of shadow to work through. So be mindful of that, okay? When an opportunity rises, use it. Once you use it and you use that door and you do the healing, things change. It changes inside you first, okay? Just like manifesting is, we don't manifest by what we want, we manifest by what we are. So when our internal reality shifts, so does our external one. Okay, so lessons will repeat until we clear it and heal it and then rise above and gain a new perspective only when we heal it. Okay, so then we have beauty and power reside in many spaces. I don't get this one often, especially places we do not usually venture to see. Let me turn this down a little bit. Okay. Beauty and power reside in many spaces, especially places we do not usually venture to see. So that talks about digging into the shadow. I tell people this all the time. I've seen people do this on the journey with me. They used to maybe get one-on-one healings, and I'd be like, hey, you're a healer, you're this. And they're like, I don't see it. And so they would think that I just didn't know what I was talking about. That card just went bye-bye, but we read it. I'm not going to bend down and get it. And the truth is there's so much. I see the totality of your heart center. I can see where your shadow lies. I can see all these things, but people can't see past the shadow. So they just assume I don't know what I'm talking about. And they stop their journey. But there's so much hidden in the shadows. Okay, it's working through the shadow and shining light into where the shadow is. We may not even know where that shadow is. It's being willing to go within, shine the light within, use the opportunities. And then once you clear that shadow, that's when things awaken for you. Okay, so our gifts are hidden behind the shadows. Okay, our true soul life purpose is hidden behind the shadows. So they want me to say that is you don't know your purpose until you take the steps to get there, because it's a soul level. It's outside the matrix. It's hidden behind the shadows. It requires healing the heart. I remember on my journey, I didn't get into the center of my heart until about when I got my new DM and things. And then so it was after I think I did the Holy Grail, or right around that time. Then they said, go within your heart and find your passion. And so it's not until we fully heal into the heart and align with the heart and the shadow is removed, because my DM was a big shadow, my original one. He was not of the light. He had a big hole in his heart. So once all that shadow was removed, I was able to see fully into my heart. So I tell people this all the time, is you cannot see past the shadow. You cannot, okay? So there's so much more that you will discover when you dig into that shadow. And if you don't know your soul purpose, and so I don't know what it is, because you haven't gotten into your heart space. We find things when we clear the shadow, okay? When we're taking steps, when we're listening to our soul path, when we take opportunities that rise, no matter how scary or big they may seem, that's part of clearing your karma, because you need to be a sovereign being, right? Not governed by anything. Then the pieces of the puzzle cause the bigger picture to unfold. Okay? It's in the eye of the beholder. Look beyond what meets the eye. See what I'm saying? So there's always more than meets the eye. You need to look beyond what meets the eye. You need to, that's why I close my eyes a lot. Can I do a lot of channeling with my eyes open? Yes, but then I'm taking away what's beyond the eye. So look beyond what meets the eye. There's more than what you're seeing here. And progress is not always noticeable until after you sit in stillness. Honor your progress today. Okay, so we don't always see the progress until a bigger piece of the puzzle is presented. Okay, and then that's when Spirit's like, okay, now I want you to sit down and relax. So we have the flow. I talk about that divine flow. And we still have our sphere from day 1 through day 3. And all those other days I'll be calling into today as well. We are on day 4. Alright, let's see what the other deck has to say for today. I'm like trying to decide. Tomorrow's my son's birthday and I'm all he has. I'm mommy, daddy, everything. And things have been hard. But I'm going to spend the day with him. So I'm like, am I going to do this tomorrow? I really don't want to take a day off. So I'll probably just do this early in the morning tomorrow before he wakes up. Okay. So, final part of the message for day 4 for Octave Eying through the pyramids. Yep. Portal of the mind. This is a big portal. One of the pyramids that I did was the red dragon. And that's only available to see in the path to righteousness or heal through that portal. But there was the red dragon. And it's the portal of the mind. It deals with Mount Shasta. I've talked about this a lot. Anytime we've connected with pieces of that shadow, the matrix was all about blinding. And they also have access to our mind. That's the way they would get to us, our thoughts. So can you tell when your thoughts are not yours? When the thoughts aren't love, when the thoughts are fear, when the thoughts are focused on money, if you do this, your whole world's going to fall apart kind of a thing. You'll never find this. You'll never be able to do this. The negative thoughts are not yours and not God. Okay. So Portal of the Mind talks about being in the mind, the power of your own mind, clearing what is not love, recognizing the thoughts that are not truth and not love and shadow based, and being able to call your power back from the mind. That is one of the ascension lessons and one of the ascension portals. And God related it to the red dragon, which is biblical, times of resurrection, times of revelations. And it was one of the portals, and I can't remember which one. I think the 5th one. And it connects to, I think, Kilimanjaro, which was a pyramid I activated, but also Mount Shasta, which is what I undid. Mount Shasta is not of light at all. Very, very dark. It was part of the veil of illusion, okay? And they would use the power of God's light, and that's why they would get into our head. And the mark of the beast is 666, okay? It does it through thoughts. And if you give any power to those thoughts, like yesterday, woke up at 4 a.m. with horrible thoughts in my head. And lately, anytime I try to clear them, there's still some interference in my energy. Very much so. So you have to be very mindful of that and our thoughts. You have to choose wisely in your thoughts, and it is part of your power. It is part of one of the Ascension Portal lessons. Okay? Somebody is in the portal of the mind. So we have space-time continuum, ascension portal rising. Yep. Okay. And then we have portal of the mind. All right. So this work is causing you to rise through some portals. That's what the path to righteousness would have done. Given you everything, right? That's what it's for. But you have to choose love over your karma. Everything that rises is a choice. That's what this talks about. Okay, is lay of the land. Layout of the land changes when doors are used. Those are choices to utilize what's provided to you to use. Okay, and God is subtle over the shadow. The shadow is loud and tries to leave you blind. Okay, and it uses our mind to do it. It uses fear, false timelines, like holy hell. That happened to me this morning. Boy, did it ever. And I had to gain my power back. So somebody is in the portal of a mind here. All right. But you also need to be mindful is that through all portals are lessons hidden in disguise. It's about soul growth and learning, and that's the only way to rise. You don't get to just rise because you're here and you see things. You have to do the work. Revelations 21:12 and 21:13, and I talked about that a lot. The work that I did, I had to do the same thing, okay? To unite with my DM, I had to do the same thing. We can't bypass God and the work of God. It's very real. And I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not going to push the Bible. It's the work that I did, okay? Truth time, throat chakra activations, okay? You must speak your truth, be your truth, live your truth in order to see the truth. You must accept the truths no matter how uncomfortable they are. The only thing that makes them uncomfortable is you not wanting to see your truths. It's kind of, this is why some people won't choose to heal, because we have to be able to look at our truths, okay? But nobody is less than. Nobody can't handle it. You can handle it. I promise you. And right now, I'm power depleted. I'm not a victim, but I feel victimized. So I'm power depleted. That happens. We have to be mindful of our energy. And I felt that going into the live today. I had to put up so many protections just to be okay to keep going forward. So we are literally in the middle of a portal, especially somebody else here. And make sure you're speaking only your truth, only things you want to create, only things from love, only accepting things from love. Internal discernment. Are your thoughts love and power, sovereignty? Hey, everything's going to be all right. Hey, God put this in my path. I know I'm going to be able to create. Hey, I need to do that. I know I'll be able to call forth the money, right? That happened a lot of times because when you do this work, it's going to trigger those things. So if money creates fear in you, it's going to be triggered and it'll block you from doing some of the work. Free or not, right? I've had people tell me, well, why should I have to pay for God's work? And God's the one who told me to charge for anything. But just like Justine used to always ask me, hey, I can't afford that. What can you afford? And I would always help her out. So we have this illusionary cortex that we have to push past, and that's the portal of the mind, okay? It's what gives us limitations and leaves us depleted and blind, okay? So that's the message for today. I don't know what else is going to come out. All right. I know I'm depleted, y'all. I admit that. I'm absolutely depleted, and I need to get back to where I value what I do because everybody else sucked the life out of me. And that's truth. I get attacked continually, always this urge to stop this work. Amy keeps reflecting through those that she was connected to, and it's messing with me. And I just feel depleted. Like I need to fill my well, you know, and also stay the hell out of the past. I cannot go to the past. No, I cannot, because that hurts. My journey was not normal, and I really got to walk in twin flame, you guys. That was jarring. I don't think people realize the trauma that I went through. Amy was the only one who was there to save my life at that time. The attack was massive. Him dying and getting a new one was so traumatic. And the only time that I was ever happy or appreciated or seen on this journey was when I lived next door to my first twin flame. And so I was taken back there to remember when I was happy, and it hit me hard. Like, I can't do that. I have to let that go. I'm not there anymore. I am where I am now. What happened is what happened now, whether people see it or not. And I need to, like, full on accept that. You know what I'm saying? So I know personally I'm depleted. So that is my responsibility, and also to put up boundaries and protect my energy. Okay? All right, my friends. I am ready to tune in to day 4. I hope you are as well. I do have chakra bowls playing in the background. I don't know if you can hear them. I have my forest birds playing in the background. I hope you can hear it. If not, that's okay too. It is there. It's a heart and crown chakra, Koshi bells, and forest birds. I still have our ascension sphere right here, so I'm just going to draw us into that space, okay? So I call forth the Creator and all the angels from day 1 to day 3 to join us into day 4 for Octave Eying through the Pyramids. I know day 1 through day 3 had to do with like the grid, so I don't know what's coming today, right? We will see. It could just deal with us. I don't know. I don't dictate, I don't control, I just channel through, and I'm the divine guide. It is the blueprint of my soul, is what they said. They've told me that before too. It's like I go into the blueprint of my soul and I bring it through. I don't know what that means. So they're telling me is that I read the blueprint of my soul when I do these work. It comes from my soul. Okay. So the tree of life is still present. I just brought down diamond light codes in that healing I did. But the tree of life is still present. And so I see our benches also from day 2 into day 3, but we're not going to use those today. But I still see them, and the energy is helping us integrate. So I want you to just kind of drop your focus, put your feet on the floor, your palms facing up, and relax. Take some breaths in and out. We're going to take some breaths in and out. Yep, another one. Take a deep breath in. Hold. And out. Nice. Today is love. Focusing on love. Love integrations. Love healing. Healing and love. Healing and forgiveness. Healing and love. Lots of love. Frequency of love. Love, love, love. Archangel Shamuel is stepping forward. But remember, the angels are still also very present in the pyramids. But Archangel Shamuel is stepping forward to help us integrate pink and green rays today. Lots of love. Bringing back a frequency of love, unconditional love. So that's what today's about. And it's really going to affect us and also the earth. A wave of love. Remember the return of love? That was in my 2025 predictions. Love was going to start to rise. Love was going to return finally. And like yesterday, the vibration of the light, the white flame, the one, the sun. And today is about love. The masculine and feminine together and love. Pure divine frequency of love. I'm already like a lot of releasing coming into this. So we're just relaxing and calming into day 4. Day 4 is about divine love, presence of divine love. And that's what I'm hearing repeatedly. So we have shifted frequencies, day 1 through 3, to a certain degree. And today is about a lot of love. So there's pinks and green rays. Christ light coming through pinks and green rays. And still the full moon and the sun energy. Going through the pyramids, into the crystals of the crystal grid, and down into the core, but also deeply into us. So we all have our 3 Pleiadian healers. They're going to come up. And this is a deep healing. They're going to go into our energy and help us to deeply connect again to love. Some of us will be able, like, I'll have a different layer than you might have, right? It depends on where you're stunted in love. What is blocking us from love, which is the shadow, generally speaking. Wounds, the shadow, judgments, ego, fear, those kinds of things. False timelines. Holy heck, my friends, that's true. I witnessed that today tenfold. I've never had that happen like that, but it was like, no, like done. It was not a good thing to go into the past. When we get into New Earth, we have to let go. It's a rebirth. So I can't keep trying to bring the past forward. It doesn't make sense. I have to let it die. And it'll be out of my conscious programming. So this is true for everybody, but not necessarily my subconscious one, but my conscious one. I won't need those memories anymore. And wounds can be a trigger, right? So this healing is individual and collective. A deep healing to help us rise again to love. So we're going to bring in mass rays of love into the earth, the frequency of love unconditional, and into our hearts. So our beings, and then the rest of our body, to our vessel, our chakras, whatever's blocking us from love. So instead of a bench, I feel like we'll be laying on what looks like a cloud, but still close to the ground. So remember where we have the crystal pyramid in the center, and then behind us is the pyramids with the angels. And I do feel the earth beneath us, but also somewhat elevated on what looks like a fluffy cloud. So I want you to accept that in your mind's eye. Just see yourself kind of being laid out on this beautiful fluffy cloud energy for healing through our Pleiadian beings of light, 3 of them each. And they will be opening up our energy, kind of like a surgery, right? Like opening us up. Pinks and green rays are going to just fill it's like a big love bomb. So we're not just going through the pyramids and into the grid and into the core and then trickling out. Oh no, this is a love bomb. Lots of pinks and green rays, and it's going to just bomb everything. Like lots of love rays coming in. So I'm going to also relax and be open to fully receive. And hopefully you'll be able to hear me the whole time. Just move this on over. Should still be able to hear me. Yep. And let's get ready to release what does not align with love on whatever layer is necessary for you. You don't go right into everything. Like it's what you can handle, what you're ready for. This work does trigger shadows. So let me remind you is that when you do healing through the ascension, when the actual healing work occurs, the lesson circles back around in your physical so that you can finally learn it. You must choose love, sovereignty, path of growth. You must choose those open doors of God, opportunities, no matter how scary or big you think they are or impossible. That's all an illusion. So the choice helps you fully heal that confusion and karmic blueprint. Your choices are everything. We can heal and heal and heal, but if your choices don't match, you didn't heal. It comes back around. Okay? It's like integrating back into the shadow or lessons of the past. Our choices complete the healing layer. So choices are everything, and they will come hidden in disguise, the most subtle choices. You didn't realize how big those choices really were. So pay attention to those, pay attention to details. And that's that layout of the land card. Okay, it only changes when we use the opportunities. And so it's important to listen intently and closely to spirit in that heart center. So our Pleiadian beings are just going to start. I want you to just relax into your mind's eye, go into a meditative state, breathing in through the nose, releasing through the mouth, and then just gently being present. Seeing yourself kind of floating on the cloud, but right above the earth. We're not far from the earth, so I feel the earth still. And there's a crystalline pyramid in the center. We're in the midst of our ascension sphere crystals, and then the pyramids with the angels right behind us. Lions are also present. And so they're beginning by cleansing our auric field. Lots of angel presence, but Archangel Shamuel is heightened for the pink and green rays. Gods and goddesses surrounding us all over the place. And we have 3 Pleiadian beings of light. So see if you can tune in to them, see them, feel them, know that they're there. And they're beginning by cleansing any energies that do not belong out of our auric field. Yeah, wounds of the past. I feel it deeply in my solar plexus today. for me personally. And so your wounds, your things that need healing will be unique to you as well. And if I see them, I will mention them. But there's always more going on that I see because there's a lot going on, right? And so it's not limited in this healing. It's whatever you need, they will be working through. Whatever chakra you feel it, just breathe light into and release it. Try to surrender deeper and deeper with every layer. It is as if they are opening us up energetically. We are also being surrounded by crystals unique to us. Like I see a lot of like blue topaz in mine. I'm hearing harmonic flight for me. And then, of course, for all of us, lots of pinks and green rays. And then we're going to also be bringing down that frequency of love and light through the cosmic rays of pinks and greens, through the pyramids, and into the core and the crystalline grid. So just a constant flow of love. Frequency of love coming in. And it will start to push out what does not belong in the earth. And they are helping us release also what does not belong through our energy. It will play out in choices. So the only way to fully heal is to make the correct choices when things are presented in your outer world. Whatever those choices are for you, they're different for all of us. It deals with our karma. And lessons of ascension, where we give our power away to the matrix over that of light and sovereignty. So I see them deeply opening up the heart space. And I get the image of like opening up layers and then opening up like a shackle, like a cage. You know what I mean? And the heart space and the solar plexus, I can feel it. So just pay attention to what you feel and gently breathe into it. And release. Somebody is getting a focus on their root chakra and sacral. And so it's a little different for all of it. And they're going to work through our whole entire system to help us integrate the frequency of love, to help us come into more forgiveness and love. And today is just truly a frequencies of love. So I feel like all pyramids are heightened, not just one. All pyramids are heightened, not just one. We need a balance of love integration. Day 1 through 3 was large enough, and now we need love to come in and fill the void of what is no longer there in the frequency on a higher level, on an octave higher, octave eying. So for me, and I feel like this might be for all of us, I feel like they're using like a sponge with water, and this is high frequency water, and they're just cleansing my energy. Water represents emotions also. So they're taking that and they are helping to cleanse emotions. Stubborn grief, stubborn energy. Taking those rays through the pyramids and into the earth as well. And pushing out what is not love. Pushing out all that is not love. Through each chakra, through our cellular level and our tissues, because we hold trauma in our tissues and our muscles and every bit of who we are. We hold wounds in every bit of who we are. And so they're actually helping to release it through all layers of us. What is necessary for you at this time? To help us integrate more love. They're also bringing in these rays of love and light through the tree lines. So not just through the pyramids, it's also coming through the trees, which I use to bring down Christ light. So that makes a lot of sense for me. So it's just coming down through the trees, going down through the pyramids, the pure hearts of the angels, into the crystalline grid underneath the pyramids, into the core. Just so much love, frequency of love coming through that and into the soil, into the rocks and the element of rock formations on this planet, into the sediment, into the water, into the trees, coming down through the trees, and into the earth layers, through all the animals that can receive it as well. So we're helping to bring it in through the animals. I didn't get to record that one, but those that worked with me in the past know that I took all the animals in through the portals a while ago, and not every animal made it. Some animals needed healing in the DNA, but some couldn't get healed enough. So they just were not genetically viable anymore. But for those who've made it into New Earth already, they're upgrading their frequency shift of love. So we're bringing in mass rays of unconditional love right now through the pinks and green rays, and helping us release things that are not love. So I might get a little quiet because I'm also getting healed. So just see yourself laying there surrounded by your particular crystals and getting deep healing of what is not love to integrate higher frequencies of unconditional love. But if you've had lessons that keep circling around, it's up to you to choose the right thing. They can't bypass that for you. Choices are everything. Truly, truly are. They're part of your karmic cleanse. So I see the pinks and green rays going directly into our heart space. So we don't need to bypass anything for these. You don't need to filter anything. We're getting like love bombed all over the earth. Those connected to God, those connected to the light, the trees, life, all the animals, the elements, everything, just getting bombarded with love bombs. So we're getting cleansed with water, crystals, and the Pleiadian beings of light. So they're using their healing modalities and abilities, cleansing our tissues and our wounds and our chakra centers, everything. Removing what keeps us from more love at this level where we are ready to release. So I feel like personally they're going into my Merkabah, but I don't feel like that's for everybody. So they may not be going there for you, but I'm heightened in mine at this time. And they might be, I don't know. I don't want to take away from you, though. Yours is individual as well. So just pay attention to what you feel in your body, any emotions that rise, and just breathe through them. Allow them to rise and be released. Oh. Deep sorrows and grief on my soul path. How I was treated and losing a DM is coming up for me. Our past, we always have to grieve it in some way, shape, or form or another so that we can let it go. So we are octave eying into a higher frequency of unconditional love, going down into the earth, through the trees, the wind, the seas, the animals, everything. Lots of rays of love Lots of rays of love, just massive rays of love. And you can see those frequencies. So they're rising up through the earth and into us, and we're also getting them through the Pleiadian beings of light that are doing the healing. So it's just being love bombed. I feel lots of things happening in my energy and in my system. So just pay attention to your body. Allow it to release and process. Breathe into whatever you feel and see. And just observe. Don't control. Don't have expectations. Just observe. Be in the here and the now. Be still in the mind and just observe. So they went into like the solar plexus area, but I think that might be for everybody. Oh, and each layer is like pushing it up. I can feel it rise to the throat. So the crystals are helping to push out, the water's helping to release and dissipate, and they're using their healing modalities and light as well. So this is cellular, tissue, genetic, emotional, energetic. Every bit of who we are is getting a releasing cleanse and detox and integration of further frequencies of unconditional love. As well as for the earth today. It's just getting love bombed. Tapping into some grief and anger here. I see rainbow rays above us like northern lights, just kind of waving through the earth, through the skyline, through the ethereal, the pyramids filling up with pinks and green rays and Christ's light, lots of unconditional love, and taking that down into the crystals beneath them and into the core. It's coming down through the trees, it's rising up into the trees, rising up into the water. It's just everywhere, coming down and rising up through. And pushing out what is not aligned. So even though they're doing the healing, you can block it. You can also bring the wounds back in. That's up to you. You have to choose to leave it behind. You have to choose to let it go. You have to choose to grieve it out. And you have to choose to be free without any doubt. When you do that and you surrender, you fully release and heal. When you choose to see all truths, because you must see it and feel it to release it, then you can be free. So So the more we are fully in our heart space, the more free we can be. And I'm feeling a lot of pressure in my solar plexus right now. Oh. So I feel like now we're doing a bit of a timeline healing, like the past. We're going to go into a memory of the past. I see this like a door, like going backwards to a door. We're going to open the door to allow the past to rise, to clear it out. So it's going to start processing through your energy. You're going to see a timeline that is necessary to release, and there will be a door. And when the door appears, open it if you choose to release and leave the past behind. So when we open that door, it'll be to see what we need to see so we can let it go. It's not to hold on, it's not to be in sorrow. It's so that we can process what we may have forgotten about. We can process what's hidden deep inside, because we have to see it and feel it to release it. Okay? So here in a moment, we're just going to cleanse our mind right now. We haven't got to the door yet. I want a blank slate. Blank slate, blank energy. And they are drawing out this timeline from our solar plexus. So it's like pulling out a string of light from our solar plexus. And we're going to begin kind of going down that line of light. Just taking our focus from our solar plexus out that line. Just see it, feel it, intend to do it. And we're walking down that line of light. And we may see things on our journey of focus, but we're just focusing down that cord of connection that they pulled out. It's like a timeline. And we're flowing down that timeline towards the end of it. It's one that they've pulled out. And we're going towards the end of that timeline. And when we get to that timeline, we will stop. To the end of that line of light, we will just stop and we will look for the door. So I feel like I've reached the end. You may have as well. And when you see a door, when you feel a door, or when you just know a door is there, choose to open that door when you are ready. You can pay attention to the door if there's a year, if there's any writing, if there's a light. You can look for details that stand out. And we will open the door. And we will look at what's inside. And you might be processing a specific time frame, multiple events that tie into one, or one event of the past that needs to rise to be seen. So we're just going to sit with this, with the door open, and allow it to rise. We could be blocking it, so just be still and acceptance. You might have emotions rising, because I do. Breathe through them and allow them to release. Giving space, I'm fully processing all of what was behind my door. And I can feel things rising in my body, so I'm trying to just let them free. Not trying to suppress anything. Recognizing the emotion that it causes to rise. And this is processing the past so that we can leave it behind at last. Allowing us to grieve it, allowing us to be present in it, to see maybe what we didn't see, to feel like we can say what we needed to say. Clarity, whatever it is. Just allow it to process. And if it's not happening yet, it will process through. We may be blocking it through expectation. And there will be at least one more of these. So when that one starts to fade away, I want you to see yourself coming out of that door and closing it for good. Acceptance, forgiveness, grief, recognition, honor to the emotions that were still available through it, and leaving it behind. And then we will walk back through that line of light to our solar plexus. And they will pull out another cord of light. And when you are ready to walk that one, begin following that cord of light that they pulled out from your solar plexus. This is number 2. If you're still behind, that's okay. You'll catch up. And you're not alone. There is a guide guiding you. And whenever you get to the end of that line, it may already start to draw up emotions and thoughts. But when we get to the end of the second line, look for the door. And when you find the door and you're ready, open it. And take your time until you get a clear image or a knowing, or at least a space of holding space for it. We're drawing more emotions through that timeline to release. Like for me, this timeline never existed in my blueprint. I was not meant to be in this space with these people, without these people, it was never my original blueprint. So I'm having a hard time, and I can see that. That's what's coming up for me. So whatever and it's like layered, processing of lots of thoughts and visuals and of events and emotions. So whatever it is for you, just give it space and time. When you're done, you'll start to fade out of that door, close that door, and walk back on that timeline and just integrate back with yourself and allow the healing to continue. And it might be subtle, it might be loud, it might be visual, it might be gentle. It just depends on what it is and your ability to be in the moment and process at that layer and what is truly needed. So I feel like I'm ending that one and walking back on my timeline and just integrating back with myself. And more love coming in through the pyramids and into the earth. This subtle but also strong and powerful rays of love unconditional. Just like sprinkling down all over the earth, into the earth through the pyramids and the angels. I'm also seeing a trumpet. So like on day 7 of birthing the new earth, the 12 angels played their trumpets and 3 main events will occur that will cause people to look up and rise. I don't know if that's what that means, but I'm seeing a trumpet here from one of the angels playing a trumpet. An end of a journey. So we're just allowing that to process and allowing them to dig into deeper layers of our vessel, our energy, our soul, our chakras, our cells, everything, to help release what is not viable for unconditional love. They're going to pull out some things from the heart center as well. I don't think we have to walk a timeline. It's just we could process things though, but they're going to pull it out. They're just going to pull it out. Expectations, doubt, fear, judgment, ego, greed. Sorrow. Just give permission to let it go. I give permission to let it go. I give permission to let it go. I choose to let it all go. If that's you, say the same thing. I give permission to let it go. I give permission to be free of all that wounds me. Applying forgiveness and more love unconditionally. And bringing more love into the earth through the pyramids, into the grid, and it's just a new frequency of love, a higher octave of unconditional love. And this will integrate. It will integrate and absorb and process through and cause changes amongst the earth. That's true. Because what must align will stay, and what doesn't align must go. Physically, emotionally, everything. Hearing disappointment, disappointment in self or others, whatever that may be. Conditioning, conditioned responses, mimicry, not being authentic can block us from true love. So I feel like now I'm pouring down the moon and the sun. I'm like literally pouring it through buckets, through the pinks and green rays, down into the pyramids. Just pouring it into through the buckets. Down into the pyramids and into the crystalline grid and into the core. They're also calling for self-love, to take a good look at yourself and love the parts that we have been disowning. So processing maybe who we used to be compared to who we are now, and letting that go and not trying to bring the past forward anymore. I definitely resonate with that on a physical level. And I feel a shift. I'm releasing a lot of dense energy, and like I'm feeling more forgiveness rising, you know? Like kind of just, I see where I have not been opened. I was closed down. So, again, what is particular to you? Where have you closed down to love? What is rising to see and feel so that we can be more love? Like I get an image of like a brick wall that I built because I got hurt so bad on this journey, and people have intentionally hurt me on this journey, intentionally came through Christ's light to hurt me. And so I'm raw, like I'm livid and I'm not trusting. And I see that. And even if somebody is carrying that energy, I need to let my wall down. And so I see myself like taking the sledgehammer and just bashing through that wall. Acceptance. Full on acceptance. Sorry, lots of releasing. And more love coming through the pyramids, pinks and green rays into the earth, into the crystal grid, into the core, and through our vessel. And letting go of the anger of what happened on my journey and whatever's for you, right? Forgiveness. We're just releasing more that doesn't align with love, what needs to go at this time. So I'm just holding space. No matter how long it takes, we can't rush it. So we just allow it to be. Sometimes it will have an energy of, I just want this to be over already. And that's because we're resistant to the healing. So say it, I surrender. I am here now. I'm ready now. I surrender all that is needing to go. I accept the healing on a full level. I open my heart fully and accept everything that needs to be healed. I can feel a shift. I went from completely closed down, shut off, cold feeling to more open. I'm extremely, really upset at what happened on the journey, and that's my truth, right? That's what's coming out for me. It's like I'm so upset at how people treated me. I'm so upset that they couldn't see the truth. I'm so upset that they chose to pretty much try to take everything that I had, steal my power, steal my light, steal the love of my DM, hurt me rather than protect me, judge me rather than see me, use me rather than help me, think money mattered more than anything, and throw that in my face. And I was just very upset. To the DM, everything. And I just need to really, truly let that go. I have to have full acceptance and be in the here and the now, right? And so that's what we've got to do. For whatever layer is coming out for you, I'm just guiding you through that. There's stuff happening right now. I see a shift. I feel it. Accepting that things will never be that way again. I can never have that moment back. I can never have that moment back, but I may have something new now. And that's traumatic. It's like deep grief of a loss. Full acceptance. I surrender all that needs to go so I can let more love flow. I surrender my past completely. If you agree with this, say this. So we can let more love flow. I open up to forgiveness and trust again and belief in others. I believe in people again. And I believe in love. Believe in my journey. I loved my journey and that was taken from me. Acceptance. Acceptance and letting it go. And knowing that I can have something else now and it'll be okay. Accepting things as they are. And opening up to newness. And being able to love unconditionally again, no matter where others are at. No matter what they see, no matter what's going on, to be able to love again, because that's how I used to be. And I lost that along the way. When people didn't value me in the journey, I got a little bitter. When they think money means more to me than love, I got bitter. When they think I make this stuff up, I get real bitter. when they choose to judge me rather than see how much pain I went through for them, it breaks my heart. And when the DM can't just show up and choose me, I lost all faith in love. And I was angry. What they did to my journey, Amy, Gigi, and Jacinth, what they carried forth and what others chose to carry through them, really upset me. It really did me in. It depleted me. They took a lot from me. They hurt me really, really badly. And not only me, everybody. Because I'm not just here doing this like everybody else. I am that path. And it did matter. It mattered greatly. And that's why God bypassed time. Because everybody was still choosing the shadow. I lost faith in humanity. I lost faith in love. And I choose to let that go now. I choose to have full-on acceptance and to be where I'm at now and be open that things can be beautiful again in a new way. And that's what's coming through for me. I don't know all of what's coming through for you guys because I'm getting healing too. But I'm just letting it go. I'm not just sitting here. So I'm telling you what I'm going through. I'm not just sitting here. And more love is coming in. More love is coming in. It's a shift in love. We're octaving. We're rising in frequency. We're rising in octave through love. It's like the new earth is rising and separating from the old earth more because it can't accept this love. And so we're separating. We are truly separating at this time through a frequency of love and light. Some of us are rising higher through love, and we must release what is not to do so. And as I'm saying that, I feel more coming through. Oh. I can love this journey again. It's not the journey's fault. It's not the angel's fault. It's not God's fault. And it's really nobody's fault. It just, how much can one be taken from until they break? You know? And I need to replenish myself. I need self-love. I need to focus on my energy, and that's okay. It's okay to let the past go, and it's okay to accept things didn't go exactly the way they should have. And it's okay to go through that battle and to not be the same person on the other side. And that's okay. It's okay to let go of who we once were. It's okay to accept who we are now. And it's okay to move forward from today knowing that things can be beautiful in their own way now, in a different way. Maybe I really wanted what I had before, but I can't have that anymore. And that's okay. It's okay. Maybe people judged me rather than seeing me. That's not the worst part for me. It's just the journey. God, an honor to the journey. And knowing the pain and my sacrifice for them and not seeing it, not caring, not even honoring the work that I did. There's like no value from people's eyes to my work. There's no values in the healings that I can do. They're amazing. They're not normal, and people don't value that. And there's no value from them to me, so there's little value in me to myself. I gave so much love and gotten none in return from the DM or mankind. And that was a big release. And I have to accept that. I have to leave the past behind. It's a different journey now. I have to leave it behind, and I understand that. Allowing space to let what be will be is like almost like I can't see how things will be okay again, so I assume they won't be. That's what they're showing me. Like I don't see how it's gonna be okay now, so that's where I leave it be, and that's not fair. That would be my journey's end, right? And it's not done. So I have to understand that and just open up to something new without expectations of before, letting the past go. Acceptance, full acceptance for how things are, letting the past go, and knowing that there can be something new. New people, new love, and making different decisions from others than they've made before. I have to accept that there is time to do that. These were deep wounds, and I can feel them rising. For me, they're rising as these like pressure bubbles that are quite painful. See? I'm really sad for how people treated me and still do to this day. But I have to accept and let go and value myself either way. And know that it can be different. I need to reset. It's like a reset. So I'm just holding space right now and letting these energies process through because we can't rush them. Big energies take moments to rise. And I know I'm just reflecting mine, but I don't see all of yours either. I'm getting the healing too. So whatever is for you at this time. And it might be connected, because we all are, through the feminine and masculine either way. And forgiveness for the DM. I am super angry. He broke my heart. Not the first one only, but this one too. How do I move forward and believe in love anymore? What's the point anymore? I accept to let that go. I fully let go of all that needs to be let go. And I accept what needs to be accepted. And I have to open up to new things coming. Whatever that may be, without expectations. Just be where I'm at now, accept what's happened in the past, and set myself free so that new moments, new things can happen. Regardless of what those will be. Meeting myself where I am right now. I fully let the past be free. Oh. 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 I accept it. So I'm hearing like literally like a removal of a past self. A complete removal and detachment from what we were from today past on this level. And I accept it. I accept it. I accept it. Out of my conscious mind and programming, I accept it to be gone. I let it go. And I accept freedom. I accept forgiveness and unconditional love for myself and for others. For this journey, trust in the angels again, trust in the guides, because nobody trusted in me, and that made me upset. When the DM left my side, people couldn't see me anymore, and that hurt me. Full forgiveness applied. And just more love bombing the earth, more love bombing the earth, the skies, the seas, the breeze, the trees. And letting go of all that's not. I had a designated destination and this wasn't it, and that's hard for me. That's really, really hard for me. People don't understand that. They might think I'm vain. I don't know what they think, but it's jarring, to say the least, you know? This was not a part of my blueprint. We had to create new timelines, a new DM, new DNA, a new place to live, and I feel lost, so unhappy, so lonely, so unhappy, and so not seen and not valued in the work that I do, or for who I am, or my abilities. It's miraculous, it's amazing. The bride of Christ returns, the whole entire journey, to not be valued, but for people to choose their shadow over it, to think money's more, to think all these things are much more important, took a toll on me. I accept it and set it free. I know my worth regardless of what others can see in me, and that is what I must accept it to be. Oh gosh, this was a lot. Even I'm getting tired. I'm like, okay. But that was a lot of dense energy. I can see why it was all blocking me from love. So whatever your guys's are, I hope you feel free. I hope you accepted it fully as I am too. And allow yourself to see what needs to be seen, to process what needs to process, and to be truthful with ourselves. Was I perfect? No, I gave up a couple times on my journey, because how much strength can one possibly have? And those that rose with me, I had to carry their journey for them. And people just judging me, the damage they did brought sorrow through me. It made me lose value in my own work, in my own light, in my own everything. And just saints stealing my path, I felt raped and tainted and abused, and I lost value in what I do. And then I was mocked by Amy through that. And having somebody carrying Amy's reflection also hurts and bothers me. And I have to let that go. I full on accept it. I know my worth and my value regardless. I accept it and I let it go. I meet myself at where I'm at now, and I know that good things can come again. It's like telling my body on a cellular level that it's okay, you know? That it's okay. It's not over. Whole new world, new things, new greatness. I still am the new earth, and it can still be great and beautiful, and new people rising. It's gonna be okay. I have to let that go. I know I can't keep carrying that forward. I know it's hurting me. I know it's blocking a lot of things. So I accept this. This goes back to all the way back to Adam and Eve and the anger to what was done to me. And I see that. And it's reflective of this lifetime. All about my power. Everybody wants that. And they want to dim my light for their own gain. Can I love again? I choose love. I choose love. I choose to love again. I choose unconditional love. I choose the possibility that it can be okay again. That it's in God's hands. That I'm a blank slate. And that's okay. I accept this fully. Don't forget to accept your healing. Accept the full releasing. Allow it to be. I feel like we're starting to come full circle, like towards the end. Just holding space for what's still rising. And they're still working on you, and then just bringing so much love bomb into the earth. A new octave of love, octave eying. A new octave of love, a new frequency of love coming in. No blame, no shame. Just allowing things to be the way they are. Full trust in spirit again. But in the same time, I was tired. How much can a person take? I was already not supposed to make it this far. So it's understandable what I'm processing. I feel like we're dying and being rebirthed again, and we are. We truly are. If we're rising, we should be. A little bit more releasing. We're just holding space for you guys as well. Ooh, that was a good one. Giving myself permission to remain in the here and the now only and let everything else go. I give myself permission for this. Let all expectations go. Because I keep bringing the past forward and upset about the past, and how do I move forward? People may try to understand, but it's a lot. The timelines, the ascension work, the abuse, the tried to kill me 3 times, my DM trying to rip my soul out of my body, my arm being destroyed, getting a walk-in DM with new DNA, I don't think people understand the totality of what that was. Like, I became a different person. Sometimes I don't know who I am. Like, it's weird. Choosing my original DM, not knowing who the second one was, is very traumatic. Getting a false download of a false DM, getting attacked and almost killed so many times. Then those that were closest to you also tried to attack you and stop the ascension. Everybody judging you, nobody valuing the work. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot to process, to give out so much love and get none in return. It's a lot to process and go through. But I'm free. I leave the past behind. Full acceptance. I accept this. I'm ready. I'm ready, and I saw that today. I see what I've been bringing forward, and I'm ready to let it go. Clean slate. Blank slate. Hearing the processing will continue. So we just give space for that. They're going to put an integration that the healing will continue as it's needed for us individually. So today is all about love bombing, a new octave of love, octave eying love through all the pyramids. More love coming in and releasing what does not belong, what keeps us from love unconditional. Allow it to process out for you, however it's going to be. But remember to constantly accept it. Constantly agree to set it free, because you must. We will try to hold on. That's what we do subconsciously. So the more we continue to let it free, the more we breathe through it, the more we accept it, the more we choose to feel it and see it, the more free we become and the more love we take on. It will continue forward. Okay? So this was day 4. I don't know about you, but I'm grateful because that energy is quite dense. And there's more. So I think we could be here all day if I let it, but I'll just let it continue to process through because I feel like we've done enough here today. So we're not going to end this one necessarily. We're going to continue in this space, and they're going to continue working through our energy. So it's kind of like being conscious and subconscious all at the same time. It's not ending. We just agree to come back to our reality as much as we can and continue processing until tomorrow. So give yourself permission to do that. And allow yourself to start to kind of come to your conscious realm, right? You're still there. We're still kind of laying in the cloud. We're still in the ascension sphere. We're still octaving through unconditional love. It will not stop. It's going to continue. Pay attention to your choices. Pay attention to your surroundings. Meditate, ground, clear your head. We need a silent and powerful mind. So you need to be in power of your own mind and your own thoughts. It's a necessity. Somebody's in a portal of the mind. And one of the portal pyramids was the red dragon. I can't remember that because that was back when I implemented the portals. It's in the path to righteousness. But it's very real, and it's part of the biblical prophecy of the I feel like it's in the sorry, my mind is like all over the place. It's in one of the books. The Deep Blue Sea, the Red Dragon. It's in one of them. It's just not coming to me right now because I'm still processing and not fully here. Anyways, take your focus back to your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs, your hips, and your torso. Take your focus down your arms to your elbows, to your hands and your fingers, and wiggle those, and start to touch your physical vessel. Start to feel your surroundings. Give thanks to the beings and for all the healing that they've brought through today. And thank you for sitting through my journey. I hope yours was just as valid and important and relevant. And I wish I could have heard it as well, but know that I'm with you. And I do love everything and everyone, and I will love this journey again. That's the point of this, I know. So much love, my friends. I hope you had everything you needed, and we take on more love, and you will see me again for day 5. Okay? Till next time.